welcome to another week of the Abuse Cartoons live stream. And thank you right away for the follow, all Odie, on Twitch. That popped up right away as soon as the music started. So thank you for the follow. And hey K5, how's it going? And Estrella, hello, how are you? So, quite an eventful morning. So I put in the Twitch and the notification. We woke up really early this morning to the sound of a murder hornet inside the bedroom on the inside of the window. So yeah, there was this weird kind of vibrating, this like sound, and yeah, it was like a little bit before 5, and I had no idea. I was trying to figure out what that was. I couldn't tell if that was like a phone vibrating or whatever. But as I woke up, I thought they have the cockroaches in Japan fly, so they don't quite make that much noise when they fly. But I thought maybe there was like one stuck somewhere and it was trying to fly away from somewhere. So I sat up and I got a mag light by the bed. It wasn't wet light yet. Mag light by the bed, and just shined it around the edge of the window, and right inside the window, right on the inside pane of glass, was just a big old murder hornet just kind of walking around, and like it would just make that, it would flutter its wings and make that buzzing sound, but it's just like walking around on the inside of the window. So luckily the windows that we have a real thick, the casing or whatever is really deep, and then we have shoji, like the Japanese screens, but they're not made of paper. They're kind of a synthetic thing that you can actually clean. And so I just slid that closed. And then I had to wake up my wife and daughter. We all sleep in the same bedroom, and say, I'm going to have to spray something or do something horrible, so I don't think you're going to be able to sleep in here for the rest of the morning. And they make really good insect sprays and stuff in Japan. They work really well, although the one for bees and hornets and stuff is pretty bad. I think it's only outdoor. It's only supposed to be used outdoors. But that took care of it right away. It just dropped. But it must be like it must be like some kind of nervous system kind of takeover thing, because it just kind of laid on the windowsill and just did this weird thing for a long time. So if you're new new to the stream or new to the cast, I brought as my example, so not quite this size, but this is what I saw on the inside of the window this morning. And it was a little bit reddish. It was more yellow like this, but yeah, I have no idea. So it wasn't full size, definitely. It was a little bit smaller size, but I don't have any idea how it got in. It might have been, I mean, we would have heard it when they fly. They make a lot of sound. They sound like a Black Hawk helicopter. I mean, they're really noisy, like almost like a hummingbird. So we can't figure out. I checked the window, like everything is seated correctly, like the screen, and nothing is off a track, and so it's causing a gap or anything. So I couldn't figure out where it came in from, but it must have come in that night, and it must have come in from there. So yeah, which still trying to figure out exactly how that happened. But I'm glad they make so much noise, and I'm glad it was enough to wake me up, because yeah, that would have been terrible to have that like land on one of our faces while we're sleeping, and just kind of swatting at it in your sleep would not have been a good thing. But that's great. They do make really good alarm clocks. That's but the once I closed the so the light, the sun started to come up a little bit, so the light was coming through the window, and the shoji is like white paper, not paper, but like it's translucent, but not transparent. So I could see where it was because of the sunlight like starting to come up behind, and I needed it to get like on one side of the window, like closer to one side of the window, so I could actually like directly hit it with the spray. And so they're not trainable. It took a while for it to get into position, but yeah, very strange. But we do know. So we haven't had a lot of activity this summer with them around the house, but now at that late summer season, there's a huge tree behind our house that has a vine growing on it, and that vine blooms at the end of summer, these weird purple flowers, and they love those, specifically these giant hornets love those flowers. So I think if whatever nest, whatever is in the vicinity, they're attracted to that this season. It would someone from the city say, "Oh yeah, they must like those flowers." So it's like, well, can we just take the vine off of that tree? I mean, it's a huge tree. It's a 100-foot tall tree, so it's not going to be an easy task. But yeah, so that's why they're more attracted to the house, but we have no idea how it got in. There's not any like real obvious situation. There's no gaps or anything that it could find, and there was nothing where the window had been open for any amount of time. So we'll have to continue to kind of look around, and I guess I should do some drawing. Continue to look around. Yeah. Yeah, it could have easily, like, if it probably just like walked. It was like walking along the side of the house and walked in, maybe from the downstairs or something, and then the only window open would have been the bedroom window at night. So maybe it was attracted to that because maybe it smelled that tree is right outside the bedroom window, so maybe it smelled those flowers again and was attracted to the bedroom window. And just when it was flying, we were deep asleep, so I didn't hear it. But yeah, it must have just like walked in through an open door, because yeah, they are very noisy. So that's fun. So that's an update for K5. A little murder hornet fun. But yeah, I was mostly I think the worst thing would be the cat. We have an older cat, and if that tangled with one of those, I don't think she would do well. So it's good that it was confined to the window and it was easy to trap and eliminate. Yeah, if we didn't have those shoji in front of the window, I guess I would have had to like, get a glass or something. But because you can't really swat them. I mean, they're sturdy enough. I probably would break the window before I could kill it, like swatting it. So they're pretty sturdy. So yeah, fun stuff. So we'll have to talk to the city and see if they again will do nothing. I'm sure they've spent all of their budget this year already. But yeah, so that was a horrible sound, and it was funny, like, because coming out of sleep, I'm like, what's that sound? Because sometimes, like, my wife or my daughter's cell phone will make some weird alarm or some weird notifications. I'll hear, like, occasionally some weird sounds in the middle of the night, and I thought for sure this was a vibrating phone, because it was so deep and resonant. But then I'm like, no, that's an insect. Those are wings, and it's against a window, so it must be right above my head. Yeah, because I mean that puts it like a meter away from any of us. But that window, it's just like over the head, where the top of the headboard would be on a bed. So no good at all. But no problem. It was, I ruined everyone's night's sleep, though. Everyone was really miserable this morning, sitting there bleary-eyed with the smell of insect spray. So, yeah, that was not the best way to wake up. Ooh, what's going on? Yeah, a little memory trouble. Yeah, something was trying to force a restart. I think it was just like some added on software. Something was trying to force a restart, so hopefully that doesn't happen midstream. It wasn't Windows. That's forced restarts enough already. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the city is only reactive. They're only going to wait until someone is stumbles across a nest or something. Yeah, my wife thinks there's an older couple that passed away, like kind of one after the other, close to us, 2 houses down, and they had kind of an indoor-outdoor part of their home that was like kind of their little gardening area. Or yeah, so it's not completely closed off. It's got like a roof on it and a door, but there's like just open windows and things, kind of so like a covered patio basically, and we think there may be a nest or something. Maybe not the murder hornets, but there may be, could be a nest there. So we need to have somebody take a look there. That's the thing that's crazy about old Japan is often if the house is not something very tempting for like a young family to, and there's not that many young couples in Japan that want to like renovate or remodel a house. So older houses, and especially odd houses that have just kind of been, started out small and were just added on to, so they're very kind of eclectic and odd. Those aren't very interesting for young families because they build so much here. There's all these like ads for, when people are thinking about a house, they're oftentimes thinking about like kind of suburbs, like somewhere on some train line, buying into a development, just like in the U.S. and a lot of like the newer areas. There's so much advertising for building new houses here, and people don't look at fixer-uppers the same way. So there's a lot of empty houses in this part of Japan. There's a lot of empty houses sitting. So things like that can, definitely happen, where it just becomes a easy target for, because it's a shelter basically that the insects can build inside of. But houses sit empty for a while. It's been five, maybe even 7 years that house has been sitting empty. And the family's not. And that's the other thing that happens too is because the houses are usually, oftentimes in Japan, a family will have like a family company or family business that manages all properties and houses and stuff. So it makes it a lot easier if someone in the family wants to remodel a house or buy a house or whatever. It comes out of family money, but then often for tax reasons or whatever, it will be owned by that company, not in individuals' names. So then when some relatives pass away, that becomes an asset of the company, but it doesn't. Most houses in Japan, if they were built during kind of the 80s, 90s bubble time, are upside down, like what they're worth and what they cost originally. It's not, they're paid for, but they have no value. So you don't lose that money until you sell the house for that low price. Just like with stocks, you don't like take the hit on the stock value until you actually sell the stock. So a lot of houses just sit, and families are hoping, I don't know what they're hoping for, some amazing renaissance where probably China comes in and buys things and starts to change the property values. But that's not really ever going to happen, because a lot of the older parts of Japan, sorry about the keyboard thing, a lot of the older places in Japan are just not convenient and not trendy enough, or kind of in fashion enough for people to for the way they can live. Yeah, my wife was saying we were watching those new houses, new house commercials, like building commercials, and that's the big thing now is so traditionally in Japan you have a bunch of small rooms that can be closed off, so you can individually heat rooms. You can like heat the bedroom, heat the living area, heat the dining area, so everything can be closed off in a bunch of small rooms. But now, of course, the trend, imitating probably like Western style buildings, is just a giant living space, so that there's no walls in between everything, and it's just one big living room, dining room, kitchen, kids room, everything all combined into one. But that means you have to just heat this whole giant space, and maybe with more modern central air and stuff, that's more feasible. But with older Japanese houses, the style was always like in individual spaces. So so that's become more of the trend now. So things are changing. So that makes the old houses less desirable, because you probably can't, without hitting a load-bearing wall, you probably can't knock out everything, or you'll have posts or supports in the middle of these big rooms, if you want to make that kind of new trendy space. And that'll fall out of fashion quickly once people get those heating and cooling bills. So fun fun early morning. Yeah, so I'm dragging a little bit because I couldn't get back to sleep very well. So it stunk a little bit of insect spray, and yeah, so I just kind of tried to coffee it up and keep going. So we'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, so I hope everyone is doing well. And I'm just trying to come up with something, and I keep drawing on the same layer. Oh. Wow. Yeah, so that was the big excitement. That's about all. Yeah, yesterday was Respect for the Elderly Day in Japan, so it was a 3-day weekend. So that was nice. My daughter had a day off, and then she had a super early wake up this morning, so I'm sure she's yawning her way through school today. Cans of something. This is what tea often, or actually, yeah, tea or nori, the little squares of dried seaweed. That's what they often come in as canisters like that, like metal canisters. Yes, I remember the first time I was in Japan, spoke zero Japanese, like I needed help getting around, and went to a department store, and everyone is, especially in Tokyo, in the big department stores, they're all very friendly to tourists, and they're trying to get you to buy some Japanese stuff. And I had no idea what this was, but there was just these little green, squares, and they're obviously like seaweed from, like onigiri or whatever. But at the time, I had no idea what these were, and I didn't even really eat that much Japanese. Like, I had sushi a few times, but I didn't eat a lot of sushi or anything. Particularly in the U.S., it hadn't quite hit that like crazy popularity yet, and so it was good. It was like a salted. It was just like the tiny square of kind of dark seaweed, and it was flavored a little bit, so it had a nice taste to it. So I bought a can of it. It was basically one of these like cylindrical tins. And I still wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, how I was going to eat it. I knew you could just eat it straight, because that's how I sampled it. But, and I thought for sure, well, maybe this is some kind of tea. And so I remember when I was back in Los Angeles, we made some hot water and just put one of the squares, and it's like, maybe it'll dissolve into green tea. And, yeah, it turned into a swampy nightmare. So I'm like, okay, this must be seaweed then. Yeah, that's how naive I was at the beginning of all this. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel it's such a huge disadvantage because I didn't come to Japan as one of these, like, language obsessed, culture obsessed foreigners that come here, and especially Australians. There's a lot of Australians that have had like 10 years of Japanese and can read and write pretty well. And then they just go back to Australia because they don't really like Japan anyhow. Alright. Yeah, right. I should have smoked it. That's right. Yeah, I could have just rolled it and, yeah. Oh man, yeah, sleep in the car was definitely an option. Oh, that would have been best. Oh yeah, so I guess I'm gonna yawn through the live stream too. Oh man, but yeah, so always fun. Yeah. So, yeah, we're not. Nothing terrible is happening right now. Still, no, the numbers are going down. So everyone's suspicious they're going down so rapidly. Uh, so who knows? I mean, I think there's a lot of manipulation in the reported numbers and things. And also, I heard that it's just an estimate. They use just like a formula and just calculate based on trends and things. So it's not actually a true number. It's not a true like head count of hospital beds or anything. They're just giving this like kind of weird calculation, which is probably the only way to do it because there's not enough time to actually do head counts everywhere. But yeah, things seem to be calming down from that initial, and that was all due to summer vacation. People traveled, and there was a holiday, the kind of visit your family holiday, right at the end of summer. So we'll see. There probably won't be a big bump until the next holiday, which is the end of the year. Which is so it'll be flu season, and then people traveling for New Year's again. But they've had a couple of the big music festivals, the outdoor music festivals here this summer, and Fuji Rock was the one that's near Mount Fuji, and that went well. There were no clusters, no infection or anything there, but they were very, very strict. It was kind of like a big wet blanket over the whole thing because they had all of the acts announce no singing, no yelling, no drinking alcohol. They didn't sell any alcohol there. Everyone just applaud. No, don't take your mask off and yell or anything. So they tried to restrict people's behavior, which you can do here, which is much easier to do in Japan, I think. But they also had another festival somewhere near Nagoya or someplace, and it was just a shadier, kind of more poorly managed one. And of course, they had a big cluster there, so they didn't do any. They didn't have any protocols, and didn't have any people reminding them this is how it spreads. If you're going to yell and sing in each other's face, if you're going to drink alcohol, that's how it's going to happen. It's going to spread if someone's infected. So yeah, we had like two examples of how to do and how not to do it, but it's just not the same though. When you're constantly like you have your favorite musical act telling you please keep your masks on. It's not very punk rock or not very fun to hear over and over again. So I don't know how long it's going to last. Yeah, there's that game show that I wanted to go to 2 years ago. No, it was last year. It was canceled. That's right. The one I wanted to go to last year was held this year, and there's pictures of just like full convention halls and stuff. So, and people have very mixed opinions about wearing masks in the U.S. So it was probably a mixed group of people with natural immunity, vaccination immunity, and no exposure. I guess I shouldn't say the V word. That's probably another naughty word. Hey Yum, how's it going? Oh, alcohol just makes you yell and sing, and just like they uh you can't people don't control their behavior as well. So they're saying that, and that's where they're saying the source of most of the spikes and spread of in Japan is people drinking alcohol in little crowded like izakayas or the little local bars. You're drinking so you don't have your mask on, and as you get drunk, then you start leaning into people and telling them stories and singing songs together and stuff. Be surprised the amount of strange singing that goes on in Japanese bars. But yeah, so it's just that it encourages the unprotected, like what's that called, like just spittle or whatever. The you're gonna violate any sort of distance. You're gonna have your mask off because you're holding a glass or something, and talking and yelling at each other above the music or whatever. So yeah, that's what they're trying to control that, and that seems to be that's the biggest thing that it seems like most people are reacting against. Like in America, there's a bunch. It's much more politicized and everything, but the socializing that people like to do here has been eliminated, and people don't go over to each other's houses as much. Especially if you're in the city, you got a real tiny little apartment, so you can't have a bunch of people over. You can, but you're just like, all cramped in around your little table or whatever. So you can't enjoy socializing. So people always go out. They meet at bars, they meet at restaurants, and that was eliminated for so long. And that's the thing that people can't, they kind of uncontrollably keep returning to, even though they're not supposed to, because it's just a guideline for restaurants and bars to do these things. They don't have to. Because I saw a restaurant that had just opened, and they were everything was supposed to be closed at 8. They're like, no, we're open till 2 a.m. I mean, we're new. We're not going to lose this business. So they were just going to defy the order because they had just opened, and they needed to, make up that investment as fast as they can. So, yeah, it's pretty difficult. It's funny. It was an interesting thing to look at. That would be the more interesting thing than all this like bullshit. What's correct? What's the science? Whatever. Is to look at all the different cultures and the way people socialize in different countries and in different parts of the world, and see what is the thing that was taken away by this that they hate the most, like that they're reacting to the most, that they want back. Like what was the natural normal behavior that everybody uses for comfort or socializing or just stress relief or whatever, that was eliminated by the pandemic, and what people tried to go back to as fast as possible. Yeah, because in Japan it's definitely like social drinking and music festivals, live shows. The live shows are really popular here. There's a surprising number of live performances. So yeah, it's funny. What if you just overlaid my a few of my streams together? If I'm literally just drawing the same things over and over and over again, like some sort of horrible time loop or something. Yeah, because some of these drawings look mighty familiar when I look at the like the thumbnails on previous streams. I can just have an AI voice like generating a just like all the Wikipedia entries on Japan. I'll just have an AI voice like come up with some conversation, and I'll just play the same video of me drawing the same boxes over and over again. Ugh. But I don't know. But yeah, hope everyone is doing well. Good to see you on the stream, as always. Oh. Yeah, the thing I'm looking forward to the most returning again is movies in Japan, because they don't have the they have IMAX screens, the rare IMAX screen here, but they don't have huge movie theaters so much in Japan. But the quality is so good, like the quality of the presentation and the cleanliness of the theater and everything is so good that it's much more expensive. It's about $30 to see a movie, but it's a much more pleasant experience, and nobody talks, nobody's on their phone. They even have, it's so funny because they have that little warning. And the funny thing about the little preamble, no cell phones, no talking, don't kick the seats, whatever, all that kind of stuff that they try to do at movie theaters, they do it in English. In Japan. So they'll say it in Japanese, but when they touch on all the points, no talking, no phones, no kicking, they'll do it in English. And it might be just part of, a way to have a cute presentation that doesn't feel so much like a lecture, but it is probably just for the foreigners because they're probably the troublemakers in the theaters. So that made me laugh. But yeah, because that's the nice thing about ridiculously expensive movies is you don't have groups of kids just going to hang out in the movie. They got nothing else to do, so they just all go see a movie, and you get like 10 kids walking into a movie theater and just wanting to screw around. You don't get that here. I'm sure there's some parts of the country where you get that because it can happen everywhere. But yeah, I haven't seen any of that in Osaka, where you usually, like in LA, you would always dread that. It's like, oh, here we go. Here's the field trip is here, and they're all chasing each other around, and they're on their phones, and yeah, trying to make it difficult for everybody, and just kind of daring someone to tell them to shut up or sit down. Just waiting for that opportunity. But yeah, because I really want to see Dune when that comes out, especially in IMAX, because that looks like visually, it looks like one of those movies you have to see. The Denis Villeneuve Dune looks amazing, and it's doing pretty well. It's got, I forget where, but it's in some early releases. It was released at or premiered at some Italian film festival, and then it's gotten early releases in some territories. In September, it premiered in a few places. I'm not sure exactly where, but yeah, can't wait. Hey Damon, how's it going? How's it going? Oh, nice. Okay, Five, I'm glad I could get you to stick around. uh, nice. Good, good. Yeah. I'm trying the same cluster of stuff. I should save, or I should just go through, do some sort of like giant wallpaper just with all these little things that I've drawn from all the that I don't use in the cartoons. Just take them all the little box lids and things, put eyes on everything, and just do this like giant, like 10 foot by 10 foot image. I could print like wrapping paper or something. Yeah, just do like a seamless tile of it, because I sure do produce a lot of stuff that I don't do anything with. All right. I was just thinking about that, because there's a few things that were kind of like part of my normal routine that are gone now, that I don't like watch, or like there was a subscription and I'm just like, I don't want to keep paying this or whatever. And but I realized that regular programming and stuff that's going away now. Like we have all this like on demand and all you can eat kind of stuff, and the closest thing you get to any sort of like appointment programming or whatever is at midnight or whatever in your territory, Netflix will release one episode of a show, or maybe not even Netflix, but like Disney or Amazon, when they have one of their original shows, they'll release one episode at a time and kind of stretch it out and maybe try to get some internet buzz or some press per episode, or get people involved. And but that's it, and that doesn't keep you like constantly going back to something. So yeah, I have to keep streaming and doing things more regularly, because I realize how much I want that. So must be people, there must be a need for people to have this like weird regularity, this comfort of, oh, this is going to come on at this day and this is going to come on at this time. I mean, I'm not very I'm not very on schedule. I'm within the like an 8-hour window, but yeah, it's very but I was realizing how much I missed that in a lot of situations, like stuff I used to watch every morning, or stuff that I would like live stream, things that would be going out live that I would watch. And yeah, I don't do that anymore, so it feels kind of lost because I'll just like, look through YouTube or look through streaming to find something, and it's not the same. So yeah, that Friday show, the Friday thing I do in the tabletop thing, I should make more than that, so that there's just something worth being distracted by. Yeah. Yum's too bashful. Yeah, it's really funny. Mm. But yeah, that thing going away. That's probably why streamers are doing well, is because if they have a regular schedule, people will look for them. It's like, oh, is this show on? And it's so weird because that's like an old, like early television was a broadcast. It was literally like there wasn't to tape. Like that was a bit later in the evolution of television. So the first television, the same way you could, some people could get it, some people couldn't, just like radio stations and radio broadcast ranges. Like the show would come on and it would be live, it'd be happening somewhere in a studio, and then it would go off, and so you're basically just watching a camera pointed at a stage, somewhere, a sound stage somewhere. So it was early television, was like basically just live streaming. So we have that now. Like television or entertainment has gone back to that. What we watch on screens a lot of the times is a live thing, or the archive of a live broadcast. And so that must be why that's become, because there's energy to it, or there's immediacy, or there's some urgency to it's on now, and you'll see it as it comes out. So just like a sporting event or whatever, you don't want to hear the score later. You don't want to see the highlight posted online of the crazy thing that happened live. So it's more it's very strange. The thing I don't understand though, every time I tune into or log into my Twitch, always on that front page, I'm just like, ugh, Twitch. It's very odd. There's always, who is that? Let's go back to the front. I'm sure they're recommending it. It's always Amaranth licking something, and she has like microphones that have ears on them, so she just licks these like weird rubber ears. It's like, that's like this far away from her just like filleting something shaped like something else. It's like, what? How is that different? How is that not like a sexual performance? It's so bizarre. But every time I'm logging in, she's live, and it's like, ugh. I feel like maybe I should be in a hot tub drawing cartoons, because that's odd. That's a really odd, like, denial, like just the same way like early America Online and stuff, like they were basically adult entertainment. They were like a sexual entertainment that they denied they were, but that's where the money comes from. And I guess as soon as they admit that they are, then they have to deal with investors. They just have to have that, like, that whiff of deniability, that then they can say, if anybody is accusing them of anything, they can say, of course not. So it's sad that all the stupid stuff is going on, and it's just like the way capitalism works. But all this is going on, and the only thing that's going to correct it, the only thing that's going to make people wake up and say, yeah, maybe this is not good, maybe we shouldn't have this, is Chinese communism, or strict Islam is the only thing that's going to tell the West, like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. And like, it's just very odd. It's very odd that the only kind of awareness, like self-awareness, we're going to get is from very strict, very self-involved other systems, either what are those called, theocracies, or autocracies? No, I don't know, dictatorships. Whatever. I'm not gonna put a title. I'm not gonna put a label on the CCP. But yeah, it's really weird. It's just it's really odd how self-absorbed and overindulgent we can get. Uh, I just yeah, I don't know the way that people used to worry about content on like cable television or whatever. That seems so cute. Now it seems so antiquated and so funny to have those kinds of concerns, because the weird ways that people are being perverted now is is really strange. Uh, yeah, adult Twitch. There we go. Yum, Yum's got to do it. A Twitch thought. Yeah, yeah, but they can't. Like they have to have a straight one and just like push it as far as they can. Like Twitch just has to be Twitch. It has to have all the gaming crap and everything. So it's got to be the video store with the cheap, you know, Jackie Chan movies in the window, and then all the rest of it is adult, videos. It's got to have that veneer of credibility, or else investors and everything are going to be like, wait, what's going on here? So it has to have that weird. That's a thing from LA, from Los Angeles. Like you can't have just an adult video store because there's very strict kind of zoning rules about where they can be located. So a lot of stores that wanted to rent adult videos would literally get those like cheap box sets of like old like Jackie Chan, or like things that were like not really like almost public domain, or not really well protected. You would see just windows of these like cheap weird VHS tapes, and you go in there, they would have like a little bookshelf like right in front with that, and then everything else is adult video, just to get past that rule, to skirt the law. But that's almost like what Twitch is doing. Is it has that, because it's just like there's so much stuff that's just girls dancing and I forget. There was somebody who was doing like a big like a compilation of stuff being critical of Twitch, and girls were, I forget what they were like, trying to get so many donations or whatever for jumping or whatever. I forget what they were gonna do. I don't know if it was like jump rope or something, but it was something like, obviously because they're just wearing a bikini top or whatever. It's like, yeah, we're trying to get them to move in a specific way, and like that's all it is. So that's almost no different from the token based cam girl stuff. It's like it's almost exactly that. So yeah, I don't know, it's very odd. There'll be some weird crackdown. Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, and the yeah, right. You'll be too busy. We'll never see her in chat again because she's gonna have this army of simps just like emptying their wallets. But there was some story, I forget. I don't know if it's like some weird advice thing. I forget where I was reading this, but some guy that lived with his girlfriend didn't ever buy her a gift for any holidays or anything. Would always get those very self-serving, like, oh, I got us a power strip or whatever for your birthday, like something super practical, super unromantic, and super cheap. He would like always buy these like really not romantic, very practical gifts. And so she was questioning him about that, and then found out that he was giving like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to OnlyFans girls, and somehow like could compartmentalize or like justify that, like separate that. Yeah, it's really weird. That attention, like you have a physical, living, breathing, like warm-blooded girl that you're living with, and instead, just because of the style of that interaction, or whatever like fantasy or whatever like character you think you're playing, like the sugar daddy kind of wealthy patron kind of character you think you're playing, that makes you feel better about yourself than actually taking care of someone that you live with, or supporting them, spoiling them, or whatever. Yum's getting caught already. She's already calling us peasants. We're already peasants. She can see it. She can see in the future. Yep. Abuse cartoons. I don't know them. I would never have participated in such a chat. Oh, yeah, but the way that that's got to warp both the sim. Oh, that's an illegal word, isn't it? Maybe. Oh no, on Twitch it is. Oh, I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitch. The S word. The S word is an illegal word. On Twitch as well. But that's got to warp both the people supporting the performers and the performers. Like, you are rewarded, like in entertainment, like you're rewarded for your ability to entertain somebody, and your ability, if like, what is that, like your ability to be young and pretty and not wear a lot of clothes? Like, that's not a skill, that's just a natural quality, or like something that you're kind of willing to do to yourself, and it's all gonna go away. Like, people that have are good musicians, are funny, are good talkers, good performers, whatever, that doesn't go away. That doesn't just stop happening because you get to a certain age and it's like, I can't do it. I mean, I guess eventually it all goes away, but not to that extreme. Not like, when you're 30 does everything stop functioning. Okay, I don't know what that is. I hope that's a dog toy. So it's a really bad space to be in, because you want to get that back. Like, if you've ever felt like hundreds of people, like, hanging on your every word, and being able to manipulate and call them kings for being simps. But after having the ability to do that, and it's like heroin or whatever, you're always going to want that feeling of that first hit. So you're going to spend the rest of your life, it's going to create, we're going to see some really crazy stuff. Like, we're going to see, I might not be alive to see it, but we're going to see some really sad 50-year-olds that were, former thoughts are going to get really scary when they're older. Yeah, that's going to be weird. Because you already see that Twitch has already canceled me. I didn't get any sort of viewers on Twitch. I said the S word. Yeah, I think that's there was something that I was watching about that I think you can't. That's one of a censored word in chat or something, because that was a word people were throwing around at each other. Yeah, but just the same way, like Los Angeles is full of like failed actors and writers and things, and those people are really scary, and they're still waiting. Like, they're in their 60s and they've got like green hair, gray and green hair, and but before that was a political statement. They like do like really weird stuff to themselves to be very noticed. Like, they just like dress very eccentrically and act very odd just to get noticed, and are still waiting for their big break, because Hollywood is such a table of plenty that crumbs are falling off of. So there's so many people doing this, trying to get theirs, and so those people are just terrifying. Or people that had careers that just kind of went away, because they were just it was based on a time and a place. But we're gonna see a weird, like, worldwide version of that, where people that had all this attention want it back somehow. So it's gonna manifest in really strange ways. The kind of look at me thing is gonna get really crazy. Can you imagine if that's like your grandmother or your mother or something that's getting all crazy for attention. That's got to be really depressing. Oh, actually, it needs to be round, more round. Yeah, that's crazy. Nice. Oh man, you guys are funny. All right, so there's newspaper. I've done weird newspaper stuff before. Oh, actually, I didn't leave any space for eyes on that newspaper. I guess if I take that newsprint off and make it gray, I can put the eyes on top of that. Yes, how about junk mail? Oh, same layer. Yeah, junk mail might be fun. Yeah, there's still, is that still a thing in the US? Like, do you get your mailbox just jammed with like flyers and ads for stuff? Because it's still really popular here. I can't believe the economics of that still work out, where people would just there's a lot of places like emergency maintenance, like emergency plumbing or electrician work, electrical work, flyers and stuff, and a lot of times they'll stick like magnets, like little shiny sheet magnets and stuff with phone numbers on them, hoping you'll just put it on your refrigerator, and then when your sink backs up or whatever, instead of looking in the phone book or the internet, you'll just call the number that's stuck on your refrigerator. So there's a lot of that still in Japan. I was surprised. I just don't, I mean, the economics of that is very strange. And I guess if they get one person, if they get any sort of spike in business, it feels like it's worth it, because it's you know, must be pretty cheap. But still, yeah. And there's a lot of stuff that doesn't go through the post. It's actually, they just pay people to go into apartment buildings and just stuff flyers into the, because you have the bank of mailboxes, and they can get access. I don't know how, maybe you have a license or something, and you get access to the to stuffing stuffing mailboxes. So it doesn't even go through the mail, so you're just paying the people to do it. This is going to be very strangely laid out. I maybe should make a more chaotic pile. But yeah, I remember that was a thing, you know, when I was in the US, that was still a thing. You can't just like leave your mailbox, like you go on vacation or whatever and it fills up with junk mail. Oh, yeah. K5 sus booty. Nice. Oh man. So that's not even closed. Let's see if I can actually make these fillable. Alright, what other kind of, I guess just some wrinkled paper. Okay, so like a takeout menu, like a free newspaper, just some like little packet of like a fat envelope with a bunch of coupons in it. That type of thing. Yeah, so like the little window visible. Jeez. Try this again. More perspective. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. I guess I should be drawing stuff at different angles. Sorry, my nose is Driving me crazy. That's a little big, isn't it? Yeah, maybe. That's better. Junk mail. So I have something that's legitimate mail? Yeah, so what would be something that would look like, that would look legitimate amongst all of this kind of weird stuff? And I'm sure different parts of the country are different. So what's a legitimate package? Like a little box or something? Maybe they could just be a bill or a fake. Yeah, what's a little box. How many little boxes have I already drawn? Any good ones? Oh yeah, something like this might be good. All right, and we'll just call this legitimate mail. Yeah, I'll just put this above so I can overlap. All right, this too. Yeah, overlapping is good. Oh, yeah, have to shift it in perspective. I think I'm gonna have to redraw that. Yeah, this box is like a little bit different perspective than everything else. Not that my work relies heavily on correct perspective. Let's see here. I don't think it's doing much. Alright, so just kind of have it, yeah, sitting on top of some of this stuff. I don't think this paper works particularly well. Alright. Oops. So finding some sort of legitimacy in this junk mail. Junk mail world. All right. All right. Let's try to reorganize some of this. The junk mail pile. So the box will be the legitimate mail, and everything else will be junk, I suppose. Oh, this can be filled probably too. Yes, so I'm just talking about what I'm doing in Photoshop. Alright, maybe make this a little bigger, so if it has thicker lines, it'll stand out a little bit more. That might read as legitimate mail. Alright. Yeah, the composition's not great. It's a little weird. Oh, and I want to get all this lettering. Maybe I need the straight line tool. So I can make more. There we go. Because then I can take that and do this to it. So eyes will show up on it. Yeah. Okay. That kind of works. I guess. I don't know. Junk mail. It's going to be such an old concept. My Go Comics readership will, they'll get it. Okay, I don't want to do anything Japanese, I don't think. These are supposed to be like disposable chopsticks. All right. Oh. Yeah, I don't think any of this. What are we down to here? A couple of glasses? All right, well, I'll keep drawing. But yeah, you and me both, Yum. Oh, very sleepy. Very early morning. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm always worried about that. Can you pour like mid print if the vat was looking low, you could actually like pour in to the vat, but when you're not like there to watch it. I always worry about that. That was nice when I was printing the little 15 millimeter little soldiers, whatever. They took up so little resin that I never worried about that. But yeah, that really sucks because it doesn't, unlike the PLA or whatever, the filament, you can't like literally pause and go back. Like if you run out, some printers, some of the FDM printers will just pause the print and then you can put the more filament in and it'll continue. But yeah, resin, if it runs out, because it just keeps going. I don't think there's any sensor for that. So yeah, it just keeps going and just keeps like taking the unfinished edge of the print and touching the little membrane. It's not a membrane. You don't do anything, but the bottom of the of the vat. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, long prints always worry me because I've had a few. I've checked on ones that are taking like 3 or 5 hours and go back and just I love when I can work and do like a 2-hour print and then just get up occasionally and check on them and it's going well, and even if it didn't go well, it's only like 45 minutes or whatever wasted. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I was looking at, they keep, I think there's somebody's kickstarting a new, that's a weird perspective. They're kickstarting a new resin printer, but they're showing the difference between the DLP and the LCD screens on printers. So you get they do a much higher resolution. DLP like 4, I think they're, like legitimately 4K screens, and the detail is really nice. Oh, so that might be a move eventually. Like once I start printing larger scale stuff, the little tiny stuff is fine. The one I've got now, it's enough detail because you're not going to get much detail out of the little tiny, like it's like half an inch, not even half an inch maximum, like height for some of that stuff. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, you can pause it and fill it, but you have to be there seeing it go. Yeah, I've had the lowest that I've gotten is I've seen like where I'm printing isn't affected, but I'm starting to see the clear barrier on the bottom of the vat. I'm starting to see like it's starting to show up in little areas, and not where it's printing, but I'm running out. I'm like on the last little bit. But yeah, the stuff that I was printing before took such little resin. I think all the stuff I printed like 4 armies, like 4 total armies with that, and haven't even used an entire like liter of resin yet. So yeah, it's very low requirement. But as soon as I started doing, like I did a couple of tests of the bigger stuff. As soon as I start doing that, I'm gonna be ripping through it. Oh man. uh, yeah, it's cool though that technology keeps improving. I think I'm gonna take my headphones off. I was gonna use those for a to hear notifications better, but yeah, I can't. Between my glasses and the headphones, over the ear headphones, it's quite a stress. I guess I just need nicer headphones, look easier on the head. All right. Okay, something that wants a variety of glasses. Whoa, what's going on here? There we go. Oh, maybe just like a stemless wine glass kind of thing. Something like this. That looks like an old 70s air freshener. All right. Oh yeah, maybe just a very tall glass. Jeez. Very shaky. Oh yeah, maybe just then a bunch of weird coasters. Oh yeah, there we go. We'll do like a peer pressure. The glass not on a coaster. Have I done that before? It's a little bit bigger. All right, so let's fill these so I can put the coasters underneath them. Where is this? Here. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think it's... Wow, I never... Whatever that was. Got a weird... So who is the... the glass not on a coaster? Ooh, that barely works, doesn't it? Yeah, it's looking to be a little bit bigger. and then something here not on a coaster being heavily criticized. It's just a bomb. Yeah, well, there's some restaurant in Osaka that has those kind of, like, if you order a tea or a cola or something, it comes in this ridiculously tall, like, flute looking glass. Very impractical. All right, but we need the glass being judged. So what kind of glass is that? Something different? Maybe like a that'll just look like a candle. What's another simple kind of glass? How is this going to be my political commentary on masking? All right. All right. Yeah. So something like this. So take all of this stuff and move it up. Yeah, so didn't realize that coasters had become so political. I guess. God, the composition on both of these is really bad. I don't know what's... Yeah, I think I'm just tired. My brain's not working. Yeah, we'll just have it be coasterless. This is a pandemic of the coasterless. Yeah, something like that. All right. Oh, cool. Did you send them on Instagram? Am I even logged in? Who am I? No. That's really weird. The website is terrible for Instagram. Quite often, it doesn't let me change accounts very easily. All right. Yeah, that works. And yeah, I guess these are okay. We'll go with this. So do a little coloring. It's weird. There we go. Am I... Oh yeah, there we go. Oh. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh man. Yeah, sorry to see that, K5. That sucks. Wow. Nice. What's going on here? Yeah, the site, I don't know if it's just Chrome or whatever, but yeah, the Instagram like website is just terrible. Yikes. Wow. Instagram. Okay, is this... Yeah, it's my notifications and stuff don't even come up. Okay, sorry. I shouldn't be screwing with that. Alright. Let's do some coloring. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's true. It's good it doesn't damage it. Yeah, no, thanks. Thanks for sending that. I'm just curious how that went. Yeah, I don't get that. Why Instagram is so fussy. It's almost like they don't want you to use anything but the app. I can't believe how difficult it is to post something on a lot of the social media, not using your phone. Like they really want you to go through the camera on your phone. Like they don't want you to do external stuff unless it's through, so it's like a third-party app or a third-party website to post onto Instagram or whatever. It's very odd. Do like a golden yellow. Yeah, I really hate that. All right, and maybe a little bit off-white. Oh, so I'm going to have to put the newsprint part. Where is it? There it is. Put this above color. Okay. There we go. And last, what kind of that paper? That's very, yeah, that looks like it. All right, and then some tape on the box. See if that's different from the, not much. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the laser cutter. Like the one I have is kind of you connect it to a website and use their kind of interface to control it. So you're kind of controlling it through a website app, a web app. And but if you don't and you make mistakes on a laser cutter, it just goes off. It goes over the material and just fucks up the surface of the whatever you got for the bed of it or whatever. So the people that build those cheap ones from China, I'm sure, have some real nightmare situations where they get their stuff just all chewed up because they misplaced a decimal point or something. Yeah, I can't. I can't do that. I would never get anything done if that was how I was. That's how I had to work with that laser cutter. There's just no way. I'm not a great measure twice, cut once guy. Alright. Alright, so we'll make the legitimate male sad. Legitimate male. It's all sex politics, gender politics. Alright. Yeah, so should we do some postage joke? His first class postage privilege. His first class parcel postal privilege. This is gonna go wrong very quickly. There we go. All right, legitimate mail. I think this will work. Let's zoom in on this. I'm always doing that at too far a zoomed out resolution. Yeah, it's hard to have that balance because I want to make sure that this would print well at a high resolution, but so much of the detail, like any mistakes that I've made, probably won't even show up on the JPEG. You know, the web version is so low res that a lot of these little lines are just completely gone. But I want to make sure, you know, it looks nice and is printable at all sorts of resolutions. Yeah, like right there, like leaving that gap. All right, it's junk mail. I think I've done junk mail before. Oh man, very good. So the legitimate mail will be sad, and all the other junk mail will just be looking. A first class parcel. Oh, boom, boom. Yeah, that's fine. In a junk mail world. Let's put this in here before I forget. I can actually type this. Wow. he was. That's an amazing amount of typos. Let me just use that as a starting place. All right. Nice. All right, so a bunch of this. What is it? G for fill, yeah. And then I'll do just like maybe cork colored, some kind of organic-y looking brown. And just fill everything. Yeah, I guess that's a nice enough brown. And it stands out. Yeah, I think if I fill them with enough different colored liquids, then I can put some perspiration or something on the outside. All kinds of interesting and unique colors. Yeah, you got to get one of those simps to do some cleaning. Yeah, what would that be? So there's like fin dom. What is it? Be clean dom. You dominate your pay pig to clean your room. Clutter dom. Housekeeper. Oh, and maybe not orange. Maybe that's okay. So if we do this, is it going to be enough? Yeah. Looks like it. So I'll just do the top of everything. And then if I bring down the opacity to make it look like it's actually inside a glass, it should still work. Yeah, not too low. Yeah, this might work. And color. Wow. Yum got caught again. Army of sim slaves. That is the dream. I think so. Just have a bunch of, you gotta have one for everything. One for transportation, one for cooking, one for cleaning. But just like Cinderella, when you turn on the eve of your 30 or 29th birthday, they all disappear. Yeah, there was somebody talking about their OnlyFans and really disturbed by the age, like how most of the guys were so old. Ugh. I can't imagine. Could you imagine like your grandfather's like social security check going to OnlyFans? That must be happening. It's not like that's an impossibility. Oh, that'd be so frustrating. Yeah, because yeah, I was just kind of like made aware of my age when the university, one of the associate professors I was talking to, she said her father played Nintendo and Super Nintendo when she was a kid. Like, oh wow, that's okay. So that's at the age, because she said his grandson got a Switch and showed him that they have all the old the Nintendo and Super Nintendo games like emulated on there. There's like a whole library of Nintendo games, and immediately the grandfather went and bought a Switch. So it can't be much older than me. That's really depressing. And she didn't have kids young, so it's not. Yeah, that's nuts. But yeah, I felt that age call out pretty hard. But yeah, so that could mean that, yeah, the guys that age too are also on OnlyFans, like lavishing attention on girls their daughter's age, not hopefully not granddaughter's age. I'm sure that's coming, but oof, that's nutty. Okay, I want to be able to draw perspiration on the pink glass. All right. Yeah, I think that works. So when did coasters get so political? Become so political? No, not different sizes. That doesn't look good. Should I get rid of those lines? They look strange. Yeah, maybe these lines should just be like this color. Boom. Yeah, that works better, I think. Okay, and then I can redraw these. Like more staring. Still, that needs to be at least one smaller. There we go. All right, and then this one can just be staring at the camera. All right. When did coasters become so political? And maybe I should do some like wet rings. So there's a little bit of water involved. Okay, there we go. Bricked up. up. uh, all right. Okay, so political pressure and coasters and junk mail. All right. Wow, we've got 2 cartoons. It's brutal. Bricked up. Well, that gives a whole nother meaning to what was that Edgar Allan Poe story where the guy is the person is sealed in the wall. All right, he was all bricked up when the police got there. All right, so let's take a look at. Whoa, move this over here. Of course, it's all fucked up. Move this over here for now. Oh, did you guys see the clip of that that YouTuber? Or maybe not. I don't know if it was YouTube or not, but some like mother on social media that was trying to get her kid to cry correctly for the camera. Like they were in the car, and she's having him like lean on her shoulder, and turn his head the right way, and don't cover your mouth, and cry, look like you're crying. And I think the kid lost a pet or something. And the kid the whole time is saying, I am crying. I am sad. It's like, no. Look more like... And I guess the mistake she made is she uploaded the unedited footage. So she would have just, shown the perfect little moments of the kid being sad. And didn't. Like made the mistake of uploading the unedited footage, so everyone saw her like posing her kid and like giving him instructions and getting him like all psyched up to like be like emote the way that she wanted him to. That's got to be so damaging, those parents. That when that was happening for a while, there were a couple of Japanese families that were doing that toy opening thing where the kids would just open toys, and you could almost like there were hints of it. You could almost feel it, like the parents, a couple of the situations, like the father was like talking behind the camera, and I think the mother was like editing the videos, but she was never on camera. And then the father started getting in front of the camera with the kids, so he was like, had to get involved to get his stupid face on their YouTube channel. But I think those went away when they did the is this for kids stuff. What was it, whatever that was, that somebody's rules about marketing to kids and stuff. I think those went away, but those were really popular for a while, and definitely exploiting kids, because they were just like daily and just opening tons and tons and tons of Japanese toys. And they just like threw those all away or whatever. And then once the channel got big enough, then it was not only them opening stuff, but them going on vacation with their YouTube money. That was pretty gross. Anyhow. Alright, let me see if I can get this to work well. I'm going to have to put this in a place. God, this combined chat is garbage. So sorry anybody that's on Twitch if you've been in the chat. It's not updating well. All I'm seeing is the bricked up reference. There we go. Hey, I can't even read the name. Oh yes, thank you, K5. Yeah, your name came up green on dark blue, so I couldn't read it. I hate this place. Nothing works. The drugs don't work. I hate this place. Love for Twitch. JK. All right. So let's flip over to some comments. And see. Yay. Oops. No full screen yet. There we go. Full screen. Okay. So it's the 21st. It's still too early, I think, for this to have gone out, or just went out and nobody gets it. There was some confusion between collectible and edible. All right, we'll see how that does. If the Pokemon card reference does anything, I'll like it to prove that I was here. All right. Oh yeah, and the memorial steak and coffee potato chip cartoon. He couldn't imagine a worse flavor combination. Wow, it got a surprising amount of attention. Steak, packet of potato chips, and coffee. Or is it hot chocolate? Doesn't seem inedible to me. For yucky flavor combos, try cotton candy tomato soup and kale smoothie. Okay, they're trying to out disgust each other. Does no one watch old movies? Steak, potato, coffee seems to have been common breakfast order. Yeah. Also pies and coffee. Interesting. Yeah, that's true. Coffee and a hamburger, like the old diners, like in a 40s, even a 50s movie. A lot of black and white movies. People go into diners and they order coffee and a steak or coffee and a hamburger. Maybe that's where that flavor idea came from. Is kind of that old school. Anything in a kale smoothie. I don't get it. What? It doesn't have to eat it. Steak and eggs make a decent breakfast. Yeah, it's not very clear, huh? The grill marks didn't come across. The coffee's not dark enough. Yeah. Totally blue. Yeah, this guy's all freaked out. I don't get it. Is that a pancake, a pork chop, a steak? Is that tea? What's going on? This might be an older gentleman having an episode. Yeah, okay, I admit, I'll be the first to admit that I don't make very clear, my drawings aren't clearly identifiable as what they're supposed to be. But that's part of the fun. All right. Let's go back one more. I can't remember if this one got... So the 14th, the glass seemed to enjoy the appearance of being a beverage without the actual drink. Cue Carly Simon's anticipation. I'll show and no fizz. Nice. All right, and I think we got the one before was... Oh yeah, bar soap showing symptoms of missing too many summer vacations. Liquid pear soap. All right. So let's see. Let's look at this chat. Yes, it's definitely a had to be there. Hey G2, how's it going? Yeah, it was definitely... That was one of the ones that is just a document of the live stream, basically. I'll try not to do too many of those because it does seem to upset people on GoComics. What's happening? What's going on? All right. So some purchases required as inconspicuous a bag as possible. Yeah, that's a real super common thing here. Any sensitive thing that you might buy at a drugstore, like an over-the-counter, remedy or cure for something here, they always put in a black or brown, dark brown plastic bag, but everything else like goes in clear or like semi-clear, like white bags. But if the item in the bag is pressed against the bag, you can see what's in there pretty easily. But they're really feminine hygiene products and kind of weird like foot stuff or breath stuff or whatever things you may buy at the drugstore. They'll always put in kind of a modesty bag, so you're not like riding the train or whatever, showing off what part of you isn't functioning well. Confused screaming. A few swigs of lemon lime gator in it. It tastes just like a cucumber. Wow. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, there must have been something. Yeah, a couple of things that interacted to give you that cucumber He's confused screaming. Nice. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I've had some odd combinations. Nothing like that specific. Like, oh wow, that just tastes like cucumber. But like weird combinations that like, whoa, what happened? Yeah, to the flavor. Coffee and steak is definitely not. Yeah, it's definitely. I guess though, like actual coffee and steak, the bitter and savoriness is okay. But yeah, what they tried to do with those potato chips was, yeah, it just happened in too many different waves. All right, inconspicuous bags. Oh, look at that. That is a brutally drawn CD, a jewel case, if anybody remembers what those were called. Without his little book, the CD case felt a loss of insight. He doesn't have the liner notes. Yeah, that's a really wacky drawing. All right. Oh, I think we just, yeah, I don't know about the random function. This is not, we did this last week, I think. The only enemy chocolate cake now faced was gravity. Yeah, I think we were just here. And another CD case. Equally drawn badly. That's a weird little nipple in the middle. Even rewritable media felt heartbreak was permanent. Rewritable media. Is that even, like, do people rewrite what? Rewritable. Oh, here we go. Oh, Entenmann's again. Kind of a simulated Entenmann's. I think I drew this on stream. 2020. There was no hiding the fact that they were all empty and alone. The boxes don't have that many windows on them, though, do they? They're not like all. That would be disgusting. I think it's only two sides of a donut box, but yeah. I'm sure that's what people would say in the comments if they knew what I was trying to do. Alright. We're getting some old and new. Here's a middle ground. Ooh, a hinge. Everything was hinging on, well, him. it's so plain to see why he became unhinged so easily. He was obviously left with a few screws loose. Nice. Hence the verb was. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, I think he's. Oh, here we go. Look at my Luke Skywalker action figure, 2018. His unboxing felt like a part of a new hopelessness. Felt like I don't think I need that first do I? Felt like part of a new hopelessness. Unboxing. Now he lost half of his collection value. All right. And toilet paper. Toilet paper. Yeah. Oh, I should put a link to the live stream. Yeah, shouldn't I? Because I have Patreon, but that doesn't seem to. I don't even know if the Go Comics people know what Patreon is. Yeah, maybe I should just put a link to. Well, I don't have Patreon. I have. I guess in 2013 I didn't have a Patreon. Yeah, I should put a link to. I've always had the website, so I hope that would bring people somewhere. But yeah, you're right. I should do a. This was. There's a good reason why this doesn't make any sense. That's not a bad idea, K5, is putting something in the copyright that points people to want to see this drawn? Want to see me draw this? Go here. Yeah, because I don't know anybody that's doing that. I'm sure there are people that are doing that. But they haven't been doing it for 4 years or whatever. All right. So what's the paper joke here? Toilet paper. Just like that, he was out of her life forever. Oh, he ran out of toilet paper. If it had only worked out and they married and reproduced, I, for one, would like to see a lot of purple toilet paper. Nice. I used to buy purple toilet paper many years ago. Now they only make white. Yeah, I think they figured out that colored toilet paper caused ass cancer. So they... or was like, irritating or something. So they took all the dyes out of toilet paper. But that's a very, very nostalgic, colored toilet paper. Because people would have, a color. They would pick a wallpaper or paint a bathroom or have tile a color, and then their fixtures like the toilet and sink could be green or blue or whatever. So then they would want to buy the toilet paper that corresponded to the color of their bathroom. I remember that. I remember using bathrooms in the 70s and 80s that everything was the same pastel color, like pastel green or pastel blue. That's weird. All right, one more. Yeah, we can get some more friends. Merge. We can have a dimensional merge of older webcomics readers and the new hotness, the new live stream. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, this was drawn live on the Abuse Cartoons live YouTube channel. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Or I can just put a well, no, that's not clickable, so I don't have to. I shouldn't do a shortened URL. Oh, look at that. Her distant memories of smoking in movie theaters and hospitals were all she had left. Like the cobwebs on the old cigarette case. That was very common. Go get mommy's cigarettes, and they're always in some weird like upholstery fabric. It looks like a change purse, but it's long, or it's like faux leather or something. It has that snap at the top, but I guess it's for putting soft packs. Like hard case, hard box. Cigarettes weren't so common. Like back in the 70s, so you would buy cigarette cases to put your soft packs in so they don't get crushed. And but I remember that. And then you would have like keys or change or something. Sometimes there were pockets for stuff. So mommy's cigarettes had a lot of stuff going on sometimes. Yeah, go get mommy's cigarettes. That definitely was spoken in my childhood at some point. Yes. All right. It's the hottest chat on the web. Enthusiasm was actually dangerous for house paint. Ooh. Uh-oh. They're going to question my use of hello all. Nice comment. Hello. What? Sorry, I don't get it. Yay. I think most people want psychedelic house paint, or am I having another flashback? Nice. Yes. Enthusiasm. Many colors, unmixed paints. All right, one more. Just here's what she wants to hear. I called you guys the new hotness. So I had an old audience from the web cartoon old website days, and now the streaming. You're the new hotness, the new frontier. All right, after long periods of winter weather, he always worried about getting it up again in the spring. Yes, nobody liked it, but everybody commented on it. Looks like Men in Black came in and kicked Aiden's alien behind the wall. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, right. Quick call, the feds have been invaded by spam. Oh, something. Oh, interesting. Yeah, something. This was 13 years ago. Yeah. So this is before they had the premium and subscription, and yeah, sometimes the comments would get hit by whatever. Will be hit by whatever kind of bots or kind of spam. Yeah, Aiden. Sorry, Aiden N, who is not in the comments anymore, was spamming some kind of payday loan URL. Wow, that's disturbing. Yeah, but they got their stuff together. That hasn't happened in a long time. All right. The new hotness. Nice. All right. Let's see here. Let's do some writing. Oh, I still got a weird. Come on, green screen. Key the hell out. All right. Yeah, it's weird. Very strange. Oh, I'm all slumped today. I think I got my camera a little too high. I'm not able to sit up as straight. I'm like just kind of disappearing off the edge of the screen. This is pathetic. The production quality is lacking. Maybe just make myself smaller in the comments. I don't know. All right. So I think this one is pretty close. He was a first-class parcel in a junk mail world. Is junk mail one word? No, I don't think so. It's not like chain mail. No, it's 2 words. Yeah. All right, first class parcel. Yeah, parcel's a funny word. A first class parcel in a junk mail world. Back in the days when you actually get a box in your mailbox. All right. There we go. Yeah, that'll be hopefully that'll be a new feature. Time skips, time jumps, where you can just go back and untweet. That'll be a new service where you can untweet and uncomment. All right. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to get any better. Parcel's funny. He was a first-class parcel in a junk mail world. It has that rhythm too. It's short and sweet. Okay, I think we'll stick with that for now. And this is just kind of a masking or vaccine joke. Surprised how let me put the keyboard here and the tablet there so I can actually see what I'm doing. Political coasters had suddenly become. She was surprised how political coasters had suddenly become. How political the use of coasters? I don't want to push it too far because out of context, like in a few years, we're going to stop talking about all this nonsense. Yeah, everyone's staring. Oh man. Yeah, I wanted to do kind of masking vaccine kind of joke, but without it being so dated. She was surprised how suddenly the use of coasters, or just coasters? I think coasters will make sense from the image, right? She was surprised how political coasters had sudden become. Yeah, I need an adverb there. Had suddenly become. What's going on? I'm like stuck in Photoshop lagging world. Oh, look at God damn. That light should be enough to key out that wrinkle, but yeah, on comments I had that lovely wrinkle. All right, what's going on here? There we go. Suddenly become. Had a big lag there. She was surprised how political, maybe just, yeah, the use of, and then break it up. The use of coasters. She was surprised how political the use of coasters had suddenly become. And she's sweating. She's condensating. Oh, of course Yum wants to make a wet joke. Yeah, we should have a Yum version of every cartoon. Like if you wear special glasses or whatever, you can read the the sexual innuendo joke. Yeah, all this attention was making her. Yes, wet little glass. Oh. It's supposed to be nervous, not excitement. Or maybe it's both. All right. Yeah, she was surprised how political the use of coasters had suddenly become. That sentence sounds like I've said surprised how something, had suddenly become. It sounds like I've said it before, but that means it's like the right voice, though. She was surprised how political the use of coasters had suddenly become. Is there 2 spaces there? Yes. No. It's just bad. Bad kerning on the Y. It's right there staring us in the face. The wetness is undeniable. Pink and wet. Oh, how did I not see it? I'd have to make all my cartoons should be black and white in the future. All right. No, feel free. That's one of the most fun parts of the chat. Funnest? Yeah, funnest is a word. Funnest parts of the chat is Yum's Yum's innuendos. All right. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, the combined chat is terrible. I can't believe that's like something they want you to pay for. I don't understand. All right. Okay, so yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I'll go back and well, I guess I can do it now. I'll just spell check and make these, and then we will try a very bizarre type of chocolate. So I'm hoping that Japan can redeem itself after last week. Oh, there's a concept. What's going on here? Conjecture. No. What is going on? Oh, okay. Wait. I got a bad layer in here. There we go. Let's try again. Okay. The use of coasters had suddenly become. All right, that works. The use of coasters. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, K5 missed it. But it's there forever. Oh, cool. Hey, Court. How's it going? Welcome to the the very small Twitter or Twitch chat. Quartz Creations. Good to see you. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that was the first the first sub for Twitch in a while. All right. So, oh yeah, it must have gone through. So let me close this out. Oh yeah, there it is. 23rd. And quick spell check. This is the most exciting part. Is checking my spelling. All right, he was at first class. Let me check if is it hyphenated. Oh yeah, I think it is. No, sometimes. It's both ways. Yeah, that's weird. First class package, first class. Yeah, it's both ways. What looks better then? I guess we can just go with aesthetics. First class. Weird. When it's a registered trademark, it's not hyphenated. But when it's not, it's hyphenated. Should I capitalize it? And, oh, maybe. Maybe capitalizing will be funny. Because it'll give it extra importance. It's a first-class parcel in a junk mail world. Yeah, that's weird. They actually trademarked first class. Seems a little generic. First-class parcel in a junk mail world. All right. There we go. 28th. Wow. All right. Actually, maybe I should just leave this up so we're not looking at the default. Look at the little tiny version. The default screen for... the default screen for... Photoshop, which is weird. Wow, my brain is really misfiring from lack of sleep. I've got some napping neurons or something. Oof. All right. Something. All right, so we'll see how this goes, the convenience store. So yeah, I'll leave this little guy up so we don't have to look at that stupid default screen. Yum's practicing her dialects. All right. What am I doing here? Oh, we're doing a convenience store. And I'm searching junk mail. Oh, that's sad. Is it? Is it? All right. Here we go. All right. So let's switch over to the convenience store part. Ah, come on. This chat window is a freaking nightmare, and it doesn't even work very well. Just hoping to get notifications from both sides. Okay, so let's try the convenience store and see how cruddy it looks. Oh, there we go. All right. So hopefully that volume is better now. I hope it stayed lowered. But just a real simple one, but something a little odd. Ooh. Oh, so 1.5 times more delicious chocolate. Oh, these might look weird. I didn't even... Yeah, it's green as well. Of course, I always manage to find stuff with a lot of green on the package. So this is... I don't know if you can see this. Maybe I should bring up a picture of this. So there's something in Japan that's very popular, especially summertime, that they call cream soda. But cream soda is melon soda. So this bright green, which of course you can't see here, but imagine if it was bright green. If I turned off the keying on the green screen, it would be this bright green color. Spoon talk on the chat. And so it's green melon soda. So it's not really very melon flavored. Like, it doesn't taste like a specific kind of melon. It's just kind of this green melony flavor, mostly just sweet. And you put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it, and that's what they call cream soda here. They also have, they call them floats, like if you do like a Coke float or like a Coca-Cola float or something. They will call those floats, but for some reason this is called cream soda. So this is chocolate that tastes like cream soda. So it's going to be green, I'm imagining it's going to be green, melon flavored, vanilla ice cream flavored chocolate. So we'll see. Very similar to the weird Kit Kat flavors. But this is Morinaga. These guys do a lot of snacks and stuff. So it's not going to be like super high quality, but it should be, you know, interesting. An interesting Japanese palate taste. Whoa, yeah. And then right away, oh yeah, they're very green. Sorry, everything's going to key up. It's a very melon soda flavor smell though. Right away. Wow. Yeah, nothing, just says cream soda flavor. 1.5 times more chocolate flavor, delicious chocolate flavor. Yeah, it looks bizarre. So it's not keying out because it's kind of pastel green, but it looks like a soybean snack or something. It does not look good. Very light green. If it's just solid chocolate, or oh no, it's looking like white and crispy in the middle. Okay, so, ooh, it's got like a cantaloupe flavor to it. Yeah. So mostly melon soda doesn't really have a very strong melon flavor, but sometimes melon, if something called melon flavor, it will taste like cantaloupe. These just taste like cantaloupe. So it's like white chocolate. It's like cantaloupe white chocolate. Oh man. Oh, yeah, melon. Oh, melon flavored. Yeah, these are odd because it's I think they've had this flavor of Kit Kat before, melon Kit Kat, like a cantaloupe or melon. It just tastes like cantaloupe. It's a very natural flavor. Yeah, you could tell from the smell of the bag. So it's not chocolate. I mean, it is chocolate. It's white chocolate. So it's a coating of kind of, yeah, cantaloupe flavored. Yeah, very melon, very natural melon flavor, like melon juice. They probably just use melon juice for this flavoring, but it's not a wonderful flavor at all because the sweetness doesn't match. Always, when they're putting that flavor on top of a white chocolate is so sweet that very subtle flavors get just kind of destroyed by the sweetness of that kind of creamy sweetness of white chocolate. I guess that's though. So the reason that they didn't just call it melon chocolate, but they called it cream soda, is because they know the white chocolate is gonna take over and kind of maybe taste like vanilla ice cream. It's not a great simulation of what they're trying to do. It's just white chocolate flavored like melon. Oh, hey, Lil Will. How's it going? Oh, Valheim. Very cool. It seems like they really keep updating that. K5 just loves the brutal nudity of Rust. Yeah, it's an odd one. And it's strange. I mean, you can tell it's going to be like a natural color just by how they didn't do like a crazy fluorescent green on the outside. Okay, so strike number 2. This isn't great. I got to get something that's actually good. Oh, 50th anniversary of the chocolate company. Ugh. Yeah, we got to get something that's uh, a good combination. I got to play it a little safer with my choices. Good, good. Yeah, I wanted to try Valheim. It's games though that eat a lot of time. I have not been good at lately. I've yeah, just anything you got to put some any decent time commitment in. I keep just dropping off. And so especially online games where you like meet people or cooperate, I'll actually not be very useful because I'll probably play a night and then just kind of disappear when I get busy with work. So it's not fun and not very nice for other people. Oh yeah, but there was the funny thing. Speaking of like MMO kind of online games, I guess this is more just online. But the old when everyone was trying to make a WoW killer, like back in the like mid, I guess it was late 2000s, early teens. EA licensed Warhammer Fantasy, and they did a Warhammer Fantasy Age of Reckoning MMO, and it was pretty cool because it was all the Warhammer. It wasn't quite grimdark, but it was all the Warhammer character classes and everything, and the factions. So it was like kind of chaos versus order, and they to get it out, I think they wanted to cut the development time, and it's EA. It's a studio that was owned by EA, and so they were calling the shots, and they cut content like crazy. So to get it out the door, they really limited it. But it had some really cool like mass battles and stuff that weren't happening yet in WoW, and kind of control of realms and stuff, which other games had done. But those guys, so that game shut down in 2013. It only was like, it's like 2 years or something. Something very depressing. The lifespan was really, really depressing. But shut down, and then people are running like a free fan server of it, and they just recently constructed. They said like it took thousands of hours, and I think they had like 40 some developers working on it, all volunteer fan development to to create two cities that had been kind of dumped. Had been cut content, but they must have found evidence or assets of them in the code. So they used that to resurrect these two cities that never existed in the actual game. So that was really cool. I was so happy to see that. I'm really worried though that EA or Games Workshop or somebody's gonna send them a cease and desist, and that whole thing will be down. But I'm so interested in logging into that just to see those realms, or not realms, but to see the cities that they built out of the what they found in the code. So it wasn't complete. It wasn't just something they could turn on, or they could just make part of the build. They actually had to build it themselves. So I'm curious how that looks and how they did. But yeah, but that's it's pretty cool. I'm really happy that something like that exists, and that all of those like dead like City of Heroes and a lot of those games that just like died early deaths still exist in that fan way. And I think that's what inspired World of Warcraft to do their vanilla, to do their I forget what they call it, but to do their old vanilla version of stuff is yeah, I'm in a convenience store talking about World of Warcraft. Let's go back. Okay, so another failure. So cream soda, chocolate, do not do not buy. Ugh. All right, there we go. But yeah, I was really impressed that the dedication that fans had to that game. So I definitely want to log into that and see that again, because I played a bit of that. I was really happy to find some WoW alternatives. So I played everything that basically came out, like the Conan game and the first version of Final Fantasy XIV, the content weak broken version. I played a lot of that, and then it just disappeared. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally, with like maybe like 20 some crashes. Yeah, I got all the way through Cyberpunk and got the glory ending. Um, there's a couple of different endings. So I got the glory ending where you just keep, you like are now high level crime boss. You're kind of like the level of the girlfriend, the I don't know, not girlfriend, but yeah, the female character that kind of took over when Johnny disappeared. That kind of took over and is kind of a crime boss. You're kind of at her level at the end of the game, and you're doing a heist. This doesn't really spoil anything, but you're doing a heist like on a space station casino or something. So you've gotten so big, you're doing crimes off world. But yeah, I got through Cyberpunk. It was great, and the end was very like you know that cyber what's a good kind of existential thing like you're going to sacrifice yourself, live or die. What is really living, what is dying, like there's a choice you have to make at the end, and that kind of determines the outcome. And then plus your level of your relationship with Johnny Silverhand at the end gives you certain outcomes. But yeah, I watched a few of the other endings you could get, and I think mine was fine. I mean, everybody ended up leaving me. Like, I was kind of alone, but I was like at the top of my crime game. So I was lonely but rich. But I liked the ending. I liked how they the last scene was pretty cool. It's funny, you get to see your like weird ass character. You don't see your character at all except in those stupid bathroom mirrors in that game, and you get to see your character, like a full shot of your character in a spacesuit, like a helmet, leaving at the end. So that was cool. Yeah. That would be fun. Jump scare. Yeah, that's what I do. Just get, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I'm so sorry. That's funny. You guys are funny. Yeah, I don't game enough, and any like skill based game I'm not going to dedicate enough time to, so it'll just be embarrassing to watch. To watch me play like every time. I can't believe how good kids are at that shitty the shitty mechanics of Fortnite. I almost said Overwatch. Fortnite. Yeah. But yeah, I just don't play enough games. I was trying to do game streams on the other channel, but yeah, there was just nothing. Nothing I get too stuck in. I guess like some like more story based RPGs, but people get. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would be good. There's got to be something. And it would be fun to just like guys that are on the other podcast or whatever to just do some multiplayer stuff with them, just like voice. Oh, that's another thing I want to do, because remember I was doing like movie stuff before. I know there's a couple of services now, but I think they require like specific like subscriptions. Like you have to have like the North American Netflix or something. But there's Screener, I think it's called, like Screener.com, where you can have like a group watch of streaming content. So you're not streaming it, but you have like a kind of a synchronized stream of watching a movie. So something like that would be really cool. I want to look into not stuff where somebody has to be paying for accounts, but something where we can like all do like a synced watch of a movie. That would be fun on some nights. Like have the occasional movie night, because I keep watching like really good stuff that I want to talk about with you guys, and it'd be fun if we could just all watch it together. And even if it's like you've already seen it before, it'd be fun to just hang out and chat about it. Oh, hey, Hazmat, how's it going? Good to see you. But yeah, I'd like to figure something like that out, because I know some people are doing like the Rift Tracks guys, some of the former Mystery Science Theater guys do a thing called Rift Tracks, and they have like once a month they do like a live riff over a movie, and it's a synchronized, I think it's a synchronized like Netflix thing, so they can do more contemporary stuff. It's not all like public domain or questionable copyright old monster movies. But yeah, we should do something like that, definitely. That'd be fun. Just another reason to hang out. And the tasting, the food thing definitely will happen. I'll get my stuff together the end of this month and give you guys a price to see if that sounds reasonable, and then we can adjust it. If it sounds like too much, then I can change the size of it, and that'll change the postage too. But yeah, I really want to do a box of snacks for you guys that you can order, and then we can all pick a day and eat it together. That would be fun. Nice. But yeah, that's definitely coming up. Yeah, I don't know what the best season for that is, because Japan is so seasonal in their flavors and tastes and stuff. So the fall is going to be like sweet potatoes and things. Maybe the spring is better, but yeah, we'll have to try it just to see if it works. Because if it works okay, then we can do it again. That would be fun. Yeah. Oh, that's right, the new Matrix. Yeah, I already like all the internet theories, the conjecture about what's going on. So, the Matrix within a Matrix idea, because everyone's supposed to be dead, right? So they existed in the Matrix, but the look of the trailer, the world looks, it's not green. It's kind of bright and colorful, like the world was at the end of the third Matrix movie. So it could be that Matrix that they're in. And yeah, there's a lot of weird theories. And then Trinity is actually the one in this, or she doesn't even exist. She's just this thing in the Matrix for Neo. I wonder what they're going to do. And why does he look like John Wick? I mean, I can understand, because when they did the Bill and Ted third movie, Keanu Reeves shaved, and he looks his age. Like when he shaves, you can definitely tell he's much older. So he can't do the clean cut thing anymore. But the Matrix is a thing in that world. So in whatever Matrix this fourth movie is in, the Matrix movie is a thing. So there was some theory, I forget, that I forget what it is, but it's something about the Matrix existing as an entertainment, as a thing to show that it's not real. Like the Matrix doesn't exist; it's just this thing from a movie, and so even though you're in it, the fact that it exists in it, which is a funny idea. It's a funny idea to because it's the red pill and everything has become such a popular pop culture reference that. It's funny if they make a meta. The story is like meta enough to be self-aware of. You will forget the Matrix exists if we tell you that the Matrix is a thing. But don't worry, it's just a movie. Yeah, so we'll see. Matrix reboot. Yeah. Yeah, it's called like Resurrection, I think. Yeah, Matrix Resurrections plural. Yeah, so Resurrections with an S, so it could mean, they are bringing Neo and Trinity back to life. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be strange, and it's strange that it's only one of the Wachowskis doing it. The other one didn't want to do it. And the thing that I read is that it's Lana processing grief of the death of a parent. I think like a friend and a parent died close together, and so they had a lot of grief and sadness about that. And we're very tired off of that weird. They did a string of like a bunch of movies. They did that like Sense8, the one with Tom Hanks and Halle Berry. I can't remember. And then the Jupiter Ascending or whatever. They did those like all back to back to back. So it was really tiring. And then parents died. A parent died, and then they came up with this idea. So it may, if it references, the idea of immortality or bringing someone back or something, because it's called Resurrections. So we'll see. Yeah, Resurrections. Yeah. Oh, September 9th? It means it's already out? It's already... Is it? Is it really out? Jeez. Yeah, Sense 8 was odd. The thing that was most interesting to me, there was an episode. So it was the kind of gimmick is these people are in different places, but they're kind of sharing a mind, so they can talk and be together even though they're not physically in the same place. And it was really interesting. There was a conversation between the Korean girl and the African guy. So they would cut in their conversation between the two locations, like they were in wherever she is. I don't know if she's in Korea or wherever she is, and then wherever he is. But you never realized how important color correction and color grading is for skin types until you see when they only grade for a specific skin type. So in the Korean scenes, they were grading for the Asian skin, and in the African scenes, they were grading for the African skin. So of course, the other person in the conversation looked completely different. So it was kind of jarring. I mean, it worked because you understood that you changed locations, but it was very interesting for me. I didn't realize like how much of an effect, like how much you can change someone's appearance with color correction in a movie, like make them almost not look their race or make them look much more, you can change skin tone a lot. And that scene was like, wow, that's really crazy. That is, you're not aware of that, but they obviously do that. And in like especially like Japanese photography, like fashion photography and stuff, they correct, they use so much blue filter so that the skin is like very white, so the whiter skin and blacker hair. So like if you put a blue filter over a lot of a photograph of someone Asian, that will darken their hair and lighten their skin. So that was really interesting. That gimmick didn't like work very well for me after a while, and some of the actors were like, oh, okay, I've had enough. Oh yeah, the Cube, that's an excellent like kind of budget sci-fi horror movie. That's very cool. Yeah, that must have been insane because they actually, yeah, were shooting, like you could see they were shooting in obviously different locations. Yeah, that's I guess when they were budgeting that show, they should have considered that's not sustainable, and they might have had to come up with some story reason to bring them physically closer together, or just put them in a white room or whatever when they're talking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cube is good. It's really it's very tense. It's a very tense and very disturbing, uh, and very interesting. Like they literally made two rooms and told a whole story, and it felt like they were crawling through some space station that's like infinite, like, or not space station, like a prison. It's like a space prison thing, but literally only had two rooms, and like you know not a huge cast either, and would just keep changing the color of lights in the rooms, and like they're always looking into another room, but it felt infinite. It felt like they just kept moving through this thing, but it's literally just a little tiny set. So pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, those are both. Yeah, the first Matrix movie is a great. I really wish that would have been it. Like, I wish something would have happened that would have killed the sequels to the Matrix. That would have been great because that movie would have such a much higher standing in, I think in sci-fi, because they're over explaining in that kind of like media thing that they were doing with comics and video games and animation to do this whole Matrix expanded universe thing doesn't make any sense. And if it's going to be like Star Wars or whatever, where you're going to, oh, you didn't read the Matrix novelization, or you didn't read this, well, then you're not going to know why this character, that I don't want any of that stuff in a sequel. Yeah, we we don't talk about the other Matrix sixes. Yeah, but that was such a fun, and it like hit at just the right time. I think the Matrix um did well and was, because it kind of like nailed, that was the beginning of people feeling like, yeah, we're in a simulation, right? And now just people are convinced of it. I'm sure that's a common diagnosis now in therapist office offices. uh, oh, nice. Mm, that's very cool. Yeah. It'll be funny too if this fourth movie, like, just like the third Star Wars sequel movie, kind of tried to apologize or kind of retcon some of the things in the previous movies. Because if they make that whole, so if Zion from those sequel movies, or from, oh, I guess it was in the original movie too, if Zion is actually still in the Matrix, then that will explain why it's so stupid. But if it's not in the Matrix and that is reality, then reality is stupid. Uh, yeah. Matrix size, CC size. Yeah, yeah. That movie was so good in the theater because those effects and stuff that they did were so amazing for that time. Doing that weird photo, take out 1,000 photos and then make those frames of film and stuff. That looks so cool to see that for the first time. And now it's like a joke. Like every comedy movie and animation, like a Family Guy and everything is done parodies of that. But yeah, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, what was I watching? Oh, I was watching these movies called Nemesis. There's a series of these 4 movies by, not all of them, I think the first 3 are by like he's a Chinese director. Is he Chinese? An Asian director that did a lot of stuff in Hollywood, and he was responsible for like Jean-Claude Van Damme becoming famous. But the Nemesis movies, they first found this another, like a French kickboxer, I think, to be the action lead of this movie, and had a pretty amazing cast as far as like from action movies. But they did the look in that movie, and this was done like 7-8 years before. I think it was like early 90s. So it had that Matrix look, though. It was like, sunglasses and long coats and everything, but it was a super budget action movie. But because they're trying to do cyberpunk, but it was super low budget cyberpunk, so it was all these like abandoned factories and warehouses and stuff, locations, so they didn't build anything. But it was all supposed to be kind of cyborgs and cyberpunk and everything. But yeah, but that so they weren't original with that look, but the way that they pushed it and the way that they used it, I think, worked really well as like a differentiating between very iconic. Halo Will coming in on Twitch. Oh man. Yeah, first Matrix. I wish they wouldn't have pushed that so hard. I don't know if it was Warner Brothers thinking, "Oh my God, we've really got something here. This could be the next. Everything is the next fucking Star Wars." Like that was the thinking for too long. And once they realized that Star Wars isn't even the next Star Wars, that they have to just bail on that whole idea of, you have to just get lucky. A franchise has to just be based on luck. It can't be based on predicting, what's going to hit, especially nowadays. Everyone's taste is so wacky. Oh, man. The emojis are much better, or much crazier on Twitch. All right. Oh, well, yeah, this is another, this week is still busy week. There's still a shortage of employees on my wife's job, so I'm gonna have to bug her off, I think. I probably should get ready. I gotta go pick up my daughter. But yeah. But cool. But thanks everyone for hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed my murder hornet adventure this morning. I did that just for you. I enjoyed the buzzing death of a murder hornet first thing in the morning. But and if you didn't hear the story, you can listen to the beginning of the stream. K5 and I talked about it. But yeah, you guys, everybody take care, and we will do this again next week. Yeah, I will be as regular as possible to be here for you guys. I'm really, that was weird feeling that, like, I really want things that I have to pay attention to that are on a schedule, and I want to go see them on that schedule. Because, yeah, I realized some of the things that I stopped watching were really giving this nice regularity, this nice kind of pacing to my week and daily life and stuff. So that's much missed. So I will try to do that, and I will not eat any more melon cream soda melon flavored chocolate. That was terrible. All right. So abusecartoons.com is the website, and from there you can get to the streaming and the book that I have for sale, and even the Patreon. So patreon.com/abusecartoons to support this stream and the cartoon itself. And we will do this again. And thank you, John, very much for being a super supporter. I don't even know what the level is. I did some, it's like above physical abuse. You are incredibly abused. You're a much abused person on the Patreon. So thanks, John. And I will be back again next week with the same old song and dance, and hopefully something more edible from the convenience store. So everybody, take care and have a good night, and we'll do this again next time. Goodbye.